Welcome to Strip Cover Lit. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
What are we doing here, Dalton?
Variety Hour. We're smoking cigars. It's Variety Hour. We are smoking. What are we smoking? They're called like budget gold. I think that's what they're called.
The budget in of cigars.
I lost my little cigar ring thing.
It doesn't matter. They're discounted.
I always let people know this is Blender's gold, not budget gold. Well, there went all of our fans of this cigar. So, Variety Hour. Got a lot to talk about.
What are you reading?
What am I reading right now?
Yeah.
I just finished On the Road, so at this point, nothing. I am ahead in our channel reading. I finished The Great Gatsby. Loved it. We'll talk in depth soon. Got a lot of new books ready to read, so I'm just loaded. You?
I've gone back over some of my short stories to reconvince myself that this writer thing is possible.
Okay.
What are you writing?
I'm getting ready for Hot and Sticky Summer Challenge. And I have texted you and told you this, that I keep coming up with like ideas. I'm like, oh my God, it's there, it's right there. And I'm forcing myself not to write them down.
Write the ideas down.
I think I should, but I'm afraid that I'm going to start early. So I'm trying not to.
Stephen King said, if I am the guy who makes quotes, or who reviews quotes, Stephen King said that his way of natural selection and story writing is he never writes an idea down before he's writing it. You get those brilliant ideas right before you fall asleep. If it's actually a good idea, it'll survive until the morning.
I like that. You doing any writing?
I've returned to journaling. Okay. Just to sort of get myself stretched out for the marathon that is coming.
It is forthcoming.
Winter is coming. Is that a reference to one of your shows?
It's Game of Thrones. It's not just my show. I believe that's a show that's widely beloved by many people.
Is it on the telly?
It's on the telly. It's on the paid telly. You have to hobo it.
I've taken notes for the novel.
Okay.
Because I don't necessarily believe in Stephen King's idea, because I think that there's a story in everything. So I don't know that natural evolution, that natural selection has to be there.
Okay. I'm all right with that. Little housekeeping, as you would say. It's much better. I didn't get a good cut the first time, and it was much better. Steve Donahue.
Yeah.
Did the New York by the book tag part 2 because he's already done it once, and he was a gentleman and did it again.
We apologize that we did not catch that. It is hard to keep up with everyone who has done it. It was such a big tag. We do watch your videos. We did backlog a bit. I guess we must have overlooked it.
And we enjoy Steve, so I'm glad he did it again. But Steve called us out on our bullshit.
You son of a bitch!
Called us out on our bullshit and said we are hypocrites because I was speaking of the Significant Other's bookshelf and Debbie McComber and how I've always just shunned it. And Steve, you win this one. You do. Because we always preach that you should read everything and you should find literary quality in everything. And by God, if you didn't just put me in my place.
Here's what I will argue, though. We're allowed to have our tastes, are we not?
Absolutely.
I've given a lot of things a chance. I am not against reading a romance novel. I would absolutely give it a try. It is hard to work it into something like a channel because what we're doing is we're looking for things that we enjoy, things that we can exploit for their literary merit, things that we can talk about for an entire review, and things that people have read. And while a lot of people do read romance genre, it is more scattershot, I think, from what I can gather. It is more scattershot even than the science fiction genre, even than the mystery genre. Someone might read Debbie McComber. Debbie McComber has 1,000 books.
Yes.
How do we pick one that anyone else is familiar with?
So, one other time in my life this has happened, and you were witness to it. We were in advanced composition class together, and we were to take an author's work and talk about it. And I got up in front of the class and for 10 minutes berated an author and said, this is awful. This man clearly has no idea what he's talking about. This is the worst thing I've ever read. He's clearly just drawing points from other people without making a legitimate point. And I tore him apart because he wasn't my taste. At which point the professor in the back...
No, hold on. Let us... I hate to break your rhythm here, but it is important to note that these were not fictional works. These were works on the composition of
writing.
Of the English language.
Yes.
Composition of writing and rhetoric.
The professor in the back looks at me with the same face she always makes it.
Sneeze face.
Sneeze face. And she says, well, I think you're wrong. My good, close personal friend, the author I just tore apart, said this, this, and this. And at which point I realized, yeah, I'm that asshole. And I probably went on an unwarranted tangent. So, Steve Donahue, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do. Thank you for keeping us honest. And you are correct. We owe it to say that there is literary quality in everything, and we should not push off something because it's not our taste.
But we are allowed to have our taste.
Absolutely.
And we are allowed to say bad things about things that are not within our taste.
Absolutely.
And we 100% endorse your right to do so too.
So, bravo to Steve.
Yes, while we're talking about people doing our tags, and while we're talking about Steve Donahue also did our Badass 101 poetry tag like a fucking Harvard professor.
It was beautiful.
Kicked our ass. You son of a bitch. That's twice now I've called you a son of a bitch. The third time I get around to it, you'll know we're not on speaking terms.
Because everybody who takes our tags, like we have this idea and we do the tag, we're like, oh, this is so good. And then somebody else does it and we're like, oh, we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Amy from the Dusty Bookshelf did her 101 poetry, Badass Poetry 101 tag as well, and tore us a new asshole. Again, she brings the class, grace, and knowledgeability that we tried so hard to bring to BookTube and finally said, hey, you know what, fuck it, let's smoke cigars.
I don't even need notes. Nash from the Book Bat also did the Badass Poetry 101 tag, and
like
again, made us look like assholes.
Like a champ. She also brought some international flavor and panache in spades that we were not able to do.
So well done. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Badass Poetry 101. Jesse from Rebel Reads.
Yes.
Wow. Went light on the badass and heavy on the bad motherfucker. Okay? So, again, outclassing us in a way that only Jesse would know how to do. Let's see, what else have we got? Johnny Keene, who we were introduced to by Amy from the Dusty Bookshelf, also did our tag, and what an amazing and interesting video he did. He put together. Completely different than our tag, right? But incredibly watchable, incredibly knowledgeable, and I was completely immersed in the video the whole time.
So I would like to make a apology for all future tag videos that we are doing that other people made. If we're screwing them up, we're sorry. But it seems like everybody does such quality work, and then we're looking at ours and we're like, ha.
Well, we put one out there.
Yeah, we pretended. We pretended.
We were at bat for a while. Also, Erica did the Booktubers book tag. She killed it. And not to brag, but we're her favorite booktubers.
Oh, she said it. It's on the internet. It's true.
It must be true.
Oh my. Did we have any other tag videos that we wanted to mention? Because
yes,
there are so many that people are doing. It's hard to keep track, so we apologize if we're missing somebody.
And if we make sure you let us know on Twitter if you're doing this, or if someone you've tagged in one of our tags has done this, because it's so difficult to keep up with now. And we apologize for that. But BookTube is such a big place.
It is.
And ever expanding. And we're happy to be here for the expansion.
Absolutely.
Sasha from Whispers of the Silent Wind did our cigar
and whiskey tag.
And it was wonderful, no matter how flavorless your cigar looked. Your interpretation of the tag was simply flawless.
I will say, I would wholeheartedly say her cigar probably tasted better than this.
You're a son of a bitch. These are my factory miles, basically.
I get 2 more son of a bitches before we don't talk anymore. It's like the Beetlejuice rule.
I think it's just 1 more.
Oh, it's just 1 more? Yeah. I'll get there before this video's out.
You a son of a bitch at least once tonight.
Yes, I agree.
At least once. So what else? What have we got?
So, I'd like to bring this up.
Yes.
Because apparently this is a thing, and apparently we just don't know about it because, again, we don't know anything.
Is this a bookkeeping thing? Because we have one more thing of bookkeeping.
Oh, let's do bookkeeping. Let's do bookkeeping then.
We have a new patron, Devin Lee.
Devin, thank you very much.
He will be in our descriptions from now on as one of our contributors. And in stripped coverlit fashion, we will immortalize you forever with an action figure. This is Iron Man's Mark I, Tony Stark. Now, I got the idea for Tony Stark because
I'm going to put him back here. I broke him.
No, it's just a stand. If this is the same Devin, and if not, we apologize. But I'm 90% positive it must be. There's the odds of this not being the same are otherworldly. He commented on one of our videos, quote, "There is a stark contrast in the publishing world between literary fiction and genre fiction." And we fall, as he said, unapologetically on the literary fiction side.
A compliment, in our opinion.
Yes,
a compliment.
And he said that he falls on the literary side. Literary side, comics fall on that literary side. He used the word Stark. Tony Stark, Mark I. Mark I, a very symbolic gesture. I am excited to have you a part of our community. And the Mark I was that from which a bigger Iron Man collection was built.
So thank you very much for your unbridled support and passion towards BookTube. We look forward to hearing from you in the future.
And as I'm saying this, I realize we've lost Curtis. Where did Curtis go?
I knock them off all the time.
You will be added to the ranks
complete
of Claude the
Butterfingers.
Destroyer, Curtis, and now Devin.
Wonderful. So, as I was going to get to before we got through with the
Actually,
bookkeeping.
real quick, I have done my best with this action figure. You might recognize that pose. That is the pose of Mark I on the very first issue, the cover of the very first issue of Iron Man.
Beautiful.
In fact, I don't even think it was an Iron Man novel. I think it was, oh boy. It was a generic Marvel monthly.
Okay.
Tales to Astonish, I believe. Oh no, did I go out?
Well, your cigar is the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen right now. There's a little bit of ember.
I got it.
All right. Book conventions are apparently a thing. And apparently there are BookTube panels where BookTubers are invited to speak about BookTube. Needless to say, we weren't invited this year.
What?
We weren't invited this year. So maybe next year we'll get on it.
Probably not.
We're new. We're very new, and I think it's very pretentious of us to say that we weren't invited, and that's why I love it.
I don't think we'll ever. We're assholes.
We are assholes, and I'm okay with that. But that's apparently a thing, and what a great thing that is to have a gathering of book lovers.
Yes.
So I'm really excited. It was in our backyard in Chicago. We didn't make it because obviously we just found out about it. And
7-hour drive? What did it have been?
8.
8?
But that's reasonable. So maybe next year. It's in New York, both of them. They're like in the same weekend, the two big ones.
That's more than an 8-hour drive. We might have to go on the road.
Oh, how clever
You'll have
of you.
to take your typewriter. We'll tape pages together and just go to town.
I hate you so much.
Here's another thing that we didn't talk about with that book. The idea of writerhood died, did it not? That first part, both Dean and Sal were all about being writers.
Yep. And then they were just hippies.
Yeah. They were just on the road.
They were on the road.
I don't know if that's symbolic or if I'm disappointed by that.
So what would you like to talk about? This book variety hour thing that we do.
I'm completely unprepared.
Completely unprepared?
You've got topics.
I
took all the notes for this one.
You take notes for everything.
I take notes on life.
So as we're always planning to change.
Planning well and executing poorly.
What we do, we have attempted to plan better.
Yes.
So we're going to do a little different style of variety hour. We're going to talk a little bit more about what we're planning to do in the future month.
Yes.
People have suggested that we say, hey, why don't you shoot us a reading list of what you're planning to read? We can read along with you.
Yeah.
So this is our attempt, and I'm going to try to find some way that's probably end up on our Facebook for sure, and try to find some other way to get this schedule forward. We are 99% committed to this schedule. Life does happen. Sometimes YouTube does not cooperate, but this is our tentative schedule for June.
Yes. 31st of May through June.
Yes. So, 31st of May, we're going to review Animal Farm. Classic piece of literature. Most people read it in high school. I think it'll be great. We're going to start that because Tuesdays are going to be our book reviews. Wednesday, we're going to do Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter is going to be on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to do our Variety Hour, which we always do. Thursdays are going to be dedicated to Variety Hour, but we're also going to alternate with a new project that we haven't named quite yet, but we think people are going to really enjoy. So,
which we are hoping for your involvement in as well.
Yes.
As much or more involvement than we are getting for Hot and Sticky. So stay tuned.
Super secret idea coming forth. Fridays, we're going to have a Hot and Sticky video every Friday in June. We're going to talk about questions that people are asking. We're going to try to do response videos, talk about what we've wrote, what we're learning, the writing process, things along that nature. Saturdays, we are going to start doing an additional tag every Saturday. We're going to try to alternate between original tags and tags we've been tagged in. So Saturday the 4th, we're going to bring you the Sonnet 18 Poetry 102 tag.
Yes.
Am I correct in that?
And Badass Poetry 102.
Badass Poetry 102 tag.
Sonnet 18 tag.
Based on Sonnet 18. Sunday the 5th, we're going to start doing an additional review a week. But we're going to start reviewing short stories and poetry. So we're going to be doing Escape from Spiderhead by George Saunders. And Adrian's also going to be introducing a quickie,
yes,
which is going to be a very brief review of a book, not as in-depth, but we're going to hit some things.
And not as a channel, but as individuals.
As a solo venture.
Yes.
So a lot of people are going to be able to just sit down and be like, hey, I'm thinking about reading this, boom, find out about it.
So prepare for a quickie with Adrian.
A quickie with Adrian. Followed by Monday the 6th, I'm going to sit down and do Neutral Tones. It's a poem. I'm going to start, much in the spirit of your writer's quote of the week, doing something called Pretty Words, where I break down a poem every so often.
You didn't tell me it's called Pretty Words.
I called it Pretty Words.
Trying to masculinize poetry. Dalton's bringing Pretty Words to Booktube.
Next week, starting June 7th, Adrian.
We've got a review for Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This is another big literary hit.
My first time reading it.
Yeah, which Fitzgerald actually died thinking was a flop. It was a flop on its first publication.
Unfortunate.
And basically the thing that got it big was they started sending it overseas with soldiers. Yeah.
Beautiful.
On I think it was the second or third publication run. They started sending it with soldiers in World War II. On that Wednesday, we will be finishing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That Thursday, we will debut our
super secret project.
That Friday, we'll have another Hot and Sticky, obviously. And that Saturday, we will have the Ruler of Books tag.
Which is dangerous.
Yes.
That someone has bestowed that upon us.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday?
That's yours.
Oh, am I starting with Sunday? Yeah. Fair enough. Sunday, we will be doing a poem instead of a short story. Emily Dickinson, Because I Could Not Stop for Death, because Adrian hates my life. And then a quickie with Dalton. Monday, we're going to be doing Adrian's writer's quote, which will be his solo venture to couple with my pretty words. Tuesday, the 14th, we will be reviewing Stephen King's Carrie.
His first novel.
First novel, and our second venture into a full review on Stephen King.
Yes.
Excited for that.
What will we be doing on Wednesday, Dalton?
Wednesday, the 15th, we will be starting Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
You will be. I'm not doing it.
Oh, you're doing it. You're totally doing it.
You're
not
coming along for this venture anymore.
Thursday, Variety Hour as always. Friday, Hot and Sticky Challenge as always. And then 18, the Saturday the 18th, we're going to be doing an original tag, tentatively titled the Young Adult Plot Hole tag. Not that we like to take shots.
But we love it.
Sunday the 19th.
Sunday the 19th. You will have a quickie with me, so be prepared. On Pleasures of the Damned, a collection by Charles Bukowski. And we will be doing, from the 10th of December by George Saunders, the short story Victory Lap. As we are making our way through the 10th of December, a collection by George Saunders, which, Erica, we will be getting you soon. That Monday will be another Pretty Words with Dalton.
The Red Wheelbarrow.
I am excited for that. That Tuesday, we'll be reviewing The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Leo Tolstoy. We will have Harry Potter and the Prince of Azkaban 4 through 6. Again, on that Thursday, the 23rd, Super Secret Project, which we might just name Super Secret Project.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. Again, the 24th, we'll be coming back at you with some Hot and Sticky. And we got tagged by Boho Bookworm And we'll be completing that tag on Saturday the 25th.
Because we have taken too much time preparing that one. We need to get it up there, so we're going to make it happen. Sunday the 26th, we are going to be doing Sonnet number 1 from William Shakespeare, along with another quickie from me. Monday the with me, from me. Interchangeable. Monday the 27th, Writer's Quote with Adrian. Tuesday the 28th, the classic novel Lolita. That's going to be a big one. We read the first paragraph of that and fell in love with it.
Yes.
So I'm expecting good things from that. Wednesday, Harry Potter. Thursday the 30th, Variety Hour. That is June.
We will hopefully be dropping a video, at least one video, every day in June.
That is our goal.
Yes.
So if you are still functional and have not glazed over completely from listening to that list, we're going to attempt to enter your computer interwebs and screen every single day of June at least once.
You can fall asleep with Dalton and Adrian every night of the week.
Every night of the week, and sometimes after a quickie. A bazing.
Sometimes just hot and sticky.
Oh my. We do have a few others
Already
forthcoming in June that we're hoping for. We're going to do Night by Ellie Weissel. That's a very big one, and I'm hoping that's going to be just as good as I want it to be. Emily Dickinson, I heard a fly buzz when I died. That's not going to be as good as I wanted it to be.
Better than you ever imagined.
And George Saunders' Puppy.
Those actually fall in July, right?
Those are in July. I'm just hitting a couple of hints coming titles.
Yes.
Now, this will be on Facebook for sure.
Yes.
Our calendar of what to expect.
Coming events.
Coming events with strip cover.
Coming soon to a strip club near you.
So the goal is with publishing this is not only will it keep us hopefully on schedule, we sincerely hope that people begin to read along. Not saying you have to, saying we'd love to have it.
Yes.
Because our opinions are just our opinions. We would love to hear your input on these works. So let's say you want to read Stephen King's Carrie. We're doing it Tuesday, the 14th of June. You can absolutely jump in right now, get that out there, read it, and be ready to talk right alongside with us. And that's the goal, promoting literature.
Promoting literature by putting together a joint front, right? If we can coordinate, not necessarily read-alongs, but review-alongs, where we drop reviews on the same days as other people. I would love to see Harry Potter reviews chapter by chapter, breaking down just like we're doing it. And Hot and Sticky, if everyone wants to make their videos for Hot and Sticky on Fridays as well, that would be huge for us.
Dare we say this might be the start of a stripped cover book club? Depending on the forthcoming efforts of Peter Clark the writer.
Peter Clark the writer
absolutely flattered us.
Jumped on this. He's even got a graphic. We don't have graphics
because we don't know how to make them.
That's true.
So that's our future schedule for June. Right. I'm excited.
So no excuses.
No excuses. There is no excuse.
We work full time.
We work full time.
We will be doing a video a day.
A video a day.
I'm going to be attempting to get in some form of shape so that when Dalton and I box, I can beat the living hell out of him.
I will not, and I will be fine. And we're also going to be doing the Hot and Sticky Summer Novel Writing Challenge. So this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But if we can do it, you can do it. Because I am the laziest person
with us
on the face of this earth. I will use every excuse I can to get out of doing something.
And I am Tyler Durden.
Therefore, this is completely doable. Also, Thursday, June 2nd, Variety Hour. I'm hoping I will be in rare form because that's my birthday. I'm going to be an old man. Yes. So that's happening. So that's what we've got. Future coming attractions.
If you would like to leave Dalton a gift, we've got a Patreon.
If you would like to leave Dalton a gift, please push the dislike button.
Don't embarrass that.
So different Variety Hour, smoked cigars, had some laughs. Again, really just wanted to thank a lot of people this time around. There has been such overwhelming support, and I think it was Craving Books asked us how we grew so fast if we like sold our souls or something.
I never had a soul to sell.
So yeah, we're trying.
I did sell a mean football card collection to the devil.
But we're growing because of you guys. It's all you. It's all BookTube and just the amazing support we've received from you.
And your urge to watch dirty old men smoke cigars. Speaking of Lolita.
We jumped the gun on them.
We jumped the shark, perhaps.
So, join us through the month of June. We'll be back with more Variety Hour, coupled along with a super secret project Thursdays.
Yes.
Do we have anything else we want to get before I sum this up?
You told me you had a present for me.
Oh my God. Adrian buys me a lot of books, and he shares them in the book haul, and I don't want to be proven to be that asshole. So I have got him a book.
Oh.
This is The Man Who Fell...
who dropped. The Man Who Dropped.
This is The Man Who Fell in Love with the Moon. This is Tom Spanbauer, the man who is attributed to teaching Chuck Palahniuk how to write.
Yes.
I thought it would be a worthy gift, and do you have a snippet you want to read?
I don't know if Burdick is a Bannock word or a Shoshone word or just Indian. Heard tell it was a French word, but I don't know French, so I'm not the one to say. What's important is that it's a word. Burdache, B-E-R-D-A-C-H-E, Delwood Becker spelled, means holy man who fucks with men. The only type of words I know for out in the shed, for how I am, for fucking with men, are words now that I don't use. Used to use them though. Thought they were just more names for who I was. That is the depth that Tom Spanbauer goes into in what are broken paragraphs.
Page 5.
Yes, page 5 of the novel.
Dangerous writing at its finest.
Dangerous writing at page 5.
Yes.
Right, you're already in there. Let's see, in Adrian fashion, what is the first paragraph of this novel? Oh, if you're the devil, then it's not me telling the story. Not me being out in the shed. That's the name she gave me, not even knowing. She being Ida Richelieu. And later, after what happened upon Devil's Pass, they called her Peg-Leg Ida. So that's the first paragraph.
It's interesting, at least.
Yeah. Get you in there.
So that's what we have forthcoming. If you like this kind of nonsense that we tend to do, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below, again, what you'd like us to talk about in Variety Hour.
If you're already subscribed, tell us how stupid we are.
And we're really looking forward to this super secret project. I hope you guys like it. It is going to take up a little Variety Hour space, but I think it's going to be worth it.
And I fully expect, I said jumping the shark earlier. Hopefully that perked Erica's ears. Perked the book. I fully expect Erica's participation in this, because some of the ideas we've got, you'll find out.
You'll find out.
I hope that's terrifying.